This episode is just going to be a little bit different. We just had some stuff we wanted to say to you guys, so we just thought we'd sit down on a virtual couch opposite you and yeah, have a chat.
Because of you guys, so we have more motivation to make more films. Because we believe there are some people, they are watching our videos and it can help them, can help you.
That's the driving force for us now. Like, seeing those lovely comments is the thing that makes us want to keep making videos. It's like, yeah, we are actually helping people, this is cool. Yeah, without that we wouldn't have the same drive to keep going. Oh, it's so hot in here. It's like an oven.
Okay, I think I want to say some simple short sentence.
Go for it. Sure.
But after you.
We are sitting right now in the tea room at the bottom of the hostel we are staying in, and it must be over 30 degrees, and we've had to turn all the fans and AC off because they're too loud for the stupid microphone. Sacrifices in filmmaking.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
We keep making films because I feel the inspiration and the motivation, yeah, from you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, without you guys watching this, we wouldn't have anyone to make films for. The inspiration for making this film was that you guys inspire us. We wanted to say thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So just thanks for watching. I think it's important to say thank you. We wanted to talk a little bit about why we actually started this YouTube channel.
I remember you really like making films, and I want to teach Chinese. That's why we had this channel.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like the combination of both of our skills.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm still learning Chinese right now, which is probably obvious. But that's why I don't try and speak Chinese in front of the camera, because I'm not as good of a role model as Ella. I feel like I've learnt a lot in the last year, but I've actually only been learning Chinese for a year.
Actually, I think you can speak Chinese in the camera. I think you are already good enough.
I learn so much with each film that we make.
And I think it's amazing. I mean, making film and on YouTube. You never know what would happen in the future.
That's true.
Yeah. Like right now we have new ideas. Before we only focused on teaching Chinese. But right now we more like combine Chinese culture and teaching Chinese together.
Yeah, definitely. Like the very first film that we made, that market film, that was the only film that we could think of at the time. We were just like, oh, we'll just film it and see what happens. And here we are, like almost 30 films later, and we have a massive list of ideas of things we want to film, and there's just not enough time to do it. You can only make 4 films in a month. It used to seem like such a daunting task to make 4 films in a month, and now it's like, we can't make enough, we want to make more. It's kind of interesting because we started this film to teach Chinese, and Ella has kind of always been my teacher, because when I first came to Yangshuo, I came for the mountains. Like, I came to take photos of the mountains here. I didn't even really want to make films because I'd just come out of the film industry in the UK. I'd just been working in a film studio in Bristol called Aardman. It's like an animation studio, and it was a really cool job, but at the same time I was just locked inside every single day. In winter I never saw the sunlight because we got up before the sun rose, went into the studio, and then came out after the sun had set, and like that takes its toll on you after a whole winter. It was really cool to be working on the films, but afterwards I just decided, like, I need to go out and see the world. So that was why I came to Yangshuo originally, and then when I got here, I met Ella in the first week I was here.
Yeah. Up
a mountain. We were both hiking a mountain called TV Tower.
Yeah, you were shooting your first film in Yangshuo.
Yeah.
And I met him. I thought, wow, this guy is cool. I want to be his lunch partner. So I asked my friend Eileen. I said, hey Eileen, can you help me to tell Scott, does he want to have a lunch partner? If he does, then I want to be his lunch partner.
Right.
Then we had the story.
Yeah. I think you need to explain what a language partner is as well, because that's kind of like Omeda terminology.
Yeah, it's a special program in Omeda, the language school. I can help you to practice your Chinese, and you can help me to practice my English.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a language partner program.
Actually, I remember the first friend I made when I came here, Lance. He asked me right at the start, like, do you want a language partner? Because I think it will help you improve your Chinese. And I wasn't doing like Chinese lessons or anything at that time. My Chinese was 0. I had no Chinese at all. And so I was just like, well, I don't really think my Chinese is good enough yet. It would just be like them practicing their English, and anything I wanted to say I just wouldn't be able to. So yeah, I'd kind of already made up my mind that I wasn't going to get a language partner. And then when Ella asked me through, actually Lance's wife, Elaine, I was like, oh, well, if it's Ella, then yeah, sure. That would be cool. The whole point of that story was that language has always been the thing which has connected us. Like, that was the thing, that was how we met, was through becoming language partners. We never expected that it would lead to anything more. We suddenly could see the possibility of like what language can do. Well, for me anyway, it was like I could suddenly see why people learn languages. Going to a place and actually being able to speak to people that otherwise you would have no way of communicating with is so incredibly cool, and you learn so much through that. And people are so chuffed here if you can just say a few words of Chinese, so actually having a conversation with someone is pretty special. I kind of think every language learner should have the goal to go to the country that they're learning a language for.
Yeah, that would be the best.
Otherwise, why are you learning?
Yeah, like me. Right now I'm 27. My past 26 years I never been out of China. I want to improve my English, and I also want to go to the English countries. Yeah, to visit the people there, the local, the culture. And one day, yeah, I think I will. Yeah, the England.
We talked a lot before we actually started the channel about being able to make money while we were traveling around China, right? We were just like, well, yeah, let's go for it. We've got some savings. We can just try it and just see what happens. Straight away, people were like super lovely, commenting and engaged, and it just felt so good to be able to produce something that people were actually getting benefit out of.
Yeah, so I prefer hear the, wow, that's really helpful, thank you so much. If people don't think it's good and people think it's bad, I guess we already give up. We already stopped.
Yeah, probably.
I think the most important thing for us to make films, I think, is time. If we don't have time, I mean, especially you, if you don't have time, you can't film, you can't edit.
But I couldn't do it without you. It would literally be impossible.
So I mean, the most important thing is time, really. If you don't have time, if right now you have another job, I don't think you can. I don't think we are able to make the film. But I think it's worth it, right?
It's totally worth it.
Yeah, if we can keep this running well, I think it's worth it.
So actually, in the total time that we've been making these YouTube videos, we've made 27 videos, and we've made £8.23 from YouTube.
That's a lot.
It's so much. The thing that gives us hope that maybe one day it will be possible is our patrons. They are every month giving us almost 3 times as much as YouTube has ever given us. Every month these guys have been giving their hard-earned money to us because they just want us to continue. They want us to succeed. And that's so freaking cool. Thank you to Jendrik,
Lucas,
to Jen, and to Jeff and Dawn.
Your mom or dad?
My mum and dad. Yeah, thanks so much to you guys.
Yes, thank you guys.
Because even more than the likes and the comments, you guys are the ones that make us believe we can actually turn this into something that is going to sustain us. We can't buy bread or fruit or anything with likes and comments. We can't buy any bread. It's started raining again.
See, raining.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera.
That's all.
Yeah, maybe that's all. Unless there's anything else you want to say.
谢谢你们 my children.
Yeah, that's how we'll greet everyone in our YouTube videos from now on.
Sorry.
Thank you, my children.
I want to say thank you, my parents.
Good.